Hello everyone, it's me Pavlo and I've got for you a holographic daily dose of Ukrainian accent. Today we are going to talk about a debut full-size headphones model by one of my most favorite companies, ACOUS. I'm a huge their fan since I've heard their NM2 Plus for the first time, and over the years they perfected their formula, creating better and better natural sounding headphones, and sometimes just for fun creating more wider audience tuned fun sounding models. But their debut full-size headphones NH20 are created as monitoring headphones, but of course, despite that, we all like to listen music with these headphones at least time to time, and a lot of people just like such models for as a daily driver because they are focused on technicalities, spaciousness, big stage, and many other pleasant aspects. These headphones are packed with company's proprietary technologies. They used the 40mm dynamic driver with dual vector, dual cavity, and dual magnet system. And that's all sounding really interesting. Price is set at $200 range. For the additional balanced cable, you have to pay extra $40. And actually, I've said everything we need to know, so let's have a closer look. Box is pretty large, but at the same time it looks really stylish, interesting polygraphy with embossing and unusual design. On the back side they put blow-up diagram of the driver internals, and that's really interesting. And then we can proceed to the inner box. It opens two ways. Part goes up. You can see they've put manual in separate compartment, and here we are getting stock cable and the case with headphones. ACOUS built this model as headphones you are going to wear for a long time, and they've spent some time thinking about comfort and usability. Headphones are made mostly of plastic, but that allowed to make them super lightweight. And at the same time, they feels pretty durable. Plastic feels really nice. I like this a bit textured touch to it. So headband is made of pleather on top, but on the inner side is it's some kind of velvety material that prevents overheating. It has metal spring inside, and you can adjust size with perfectly defined clicks, and you even have GAUG with numbers, and that's I really like. Even keeping in mind that I don't know how to pronounce GAUG correctly, probably it should pronounce some different way. Clamping force is nice, it's not too strong, but at the same time not too weak. Enough to provide reliable feel on your head, but at the same time not pushing too much. So cups are rotatable in 2 dimensions. You can rotate them flat, but some way they are rotating outward. So if you want to carry them on your neck, they will be playing outside. So really interesting semi-transparent material here. And what I also liked, what is pretty unusual, and I didn't see this often, they covered wire connectors with some kind of plugs. So here are the cups. They are also hybrid with pleather on the outer and inner side, and that similar velvety material on the side that touches your head. So let's do measurements. As usual, my calipers show something weird, 60 millimeters. We can read Nonius. That's really good. and 45 millimeters across, and in depth approximately 20 millimeters. So not super spacious, but enough for vast majority of ears, maybe except really big ones. So they have nice sound isolation, and I really like it. And another interesting idea, never seen this before. Stock cables are single-ended. You're getting two cables, longer one and shorter one. Both are made of with rubber insulation, have a bit of microphonic, but not too much. But single-ended cables connects to one cap of the headphones, so you just need to connect to the left cap, and they have connectors with locks. So you need to match this notch, then insert deeper and twist, and it will be locked and will hold really reliably. And to release, you just twist it back and pull down. And NF ACOUS also offers third-party cable, balanced third-party cable with Pentacon connector and in fabric insulation, but at the same time it connects to both caps separately, and you need to connect left one to left and right one to right. And in my opinion, this cable is a really good upgrade in terms of usability. It does it doesn't make much difference in terms of sound, but in terms of usability, it's a good thing to have. Sound-wise, these headphones delivers exactly what they promise. They are natural, focused on technicalities, building spacious stage, and delivering everything with great precision. In terms of perception, they are almost linear without any significant coloration. But let's talk about everything step by step. Bass goes pretty deep, but at the same time, deeper layers of bass are slightly roll off, but still present to build a nice foundation. Headphones are more focused on the slam than on the weight. Basically, they don't add any bass in terms of quantity, but deliver it with great quality. Tons of small nuances, fast punches, good rumble, everything is here. So it's not the headphones for those who need like weighty, powerful, overwhelming bass, but if you like just raw punch, if you like true to the material representations, they will deliver great low frequencies. So first example, it's Harvester of Sorrow by Little Kruta and Jenn Mundia, and it's from the compilation World Greatest Audiophile Vocal Recordings. And it's an interesting cover version of Metallica's track with really deep and well-recorded bass. It's pretty powerful, but at the same time it's well controlled thanks to these headphones, and it left a lot of space for the instruments and the vocal at the mid frequencies. And our Demons by the Glitch Mob, and it's an example of heavy hitting bass. So hits are really hard, but at the same time they are not overpowering with weight, and it's a type of representation I prefer. I'm not a fan of warm and overweighting bass, and also I'm not a fan of over-dominating deeper bass, and these headphones are hitting my sweet spot. But it's not a choice for bass heads, of course. Mid frequencies are natural, and because of that, headphones are pretty critical for the quality of records. With properly recorded material, you'll get a huge amount of nuances, details, perfect separation, which plays really well with complex genres that requires speed and precision, like technical metal or some big orchestral pieces. They build a great stage, both in width and in depth, with not the maximum one, but with a good sense of three-dimensional presence. But on the poorly recorded tracks, they won't try to boost dynamics to highlight some emotions. No, what is present in the record you get, and that's it. No attempts to mend or fix something. At the same time, they don't exaggerate details too much, and if record is not dry, they won't sound dry or too analytical. Female vocals are crisp, saturated, and engaging. Male vocals more depending on the quality of records, but with the proper recordings also really nice sounding. And the first example, it's Painted Black by Rolling Stones. And that's an example of the old style stereo records, how I call them, with all instruments strictly separated to different channels and not a lot of things going on in the center. And these headphones deliver this effect pretty well, like giving you that nostalgic type of sound. And at the same time, all nuances of guitars and vocals are delivered really well. And Marco Hietala, it's male vocal, well recorded, well performed, and on the good quality records you'll be surprised with amount of nuances, details, emotions, and other stuff that these headphones delivers. They are really good actually for everything related to voice and vocal. For example, watching movies or playing games. I'm not a pro gamer, but I played some Borderlands, played some other games, and they are pretty good in helping you to position your shots and to understand where everything goes and where it flies away. High frequencies have noticeably above average extension and proper balance of attacks and decays. They are represented in a pretty energetic manner, but not overdone. So also depending on the quality of records, not trying to hide something or to make it softer. They have average layering, which is pretty good for this price range, and they are really good in delivering both basic and advanced overtones with nice sense of airness, saturation, and realism. So they can sound harsh, but not because they are harsh, but because of not properly recorded material. But when something is recorded well, they deliver it really nice. So first example, it's Andante by Jon Lord, concerto for group and orchestra. And symphonic orchestra, a lot of musicians. Jon Lord created this masterpiece as a tribute to one of the greatest music genres ever. And lot of nuances, lot of details, lot of everything goes in this record, and these headphones deliver it pretty effortlessly. And King Crimson, Sailor's Tale, a lot of instruments going to the high frequencies, going to the overtones area, and these headphones deliver them really well without any efforts at all. These headphones are not demanding in terms of power, so you can use them even with some mid-segment dongle, but at the same time they are surprisingly scalable, and even with pretty high-end players they can show the potential of the source. Maybe not at 100%, but still on a really impressive level. Also, these headphones are really great if you want to play with different sources, if you want to try some tube sound, R2R decks, and things that created with some sound coloration in mind. These headphones will allow you to evaluate such sources and show what is their sound as close as possible. Speaking about the compressions, unfortunately, I don't know any other monitoring headphones in this price range, or to be more precise, I haven't tested any monitoring headphones in this price range. So things like Meze 99 Classics or FIO FT1, they are tuned to be more fun, with bigger bass, with more weight, more V-shaped signature, and while NH20 are tuned to be natural, resolving, and focused on technicalities. And if you're looking for such headphones in a affordable segment, NH20 can offer you good technical sound, really nice build quality, and fairly reasonable price. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and of course, have a great day.